Blue Moon Rising TV with Anthony and Derek, lifelong City fans and now big Frank Lampard fans, I'd have to say.
Absolutely. I think Frank showed today exactly what the actual gentleman is, not only as a footballer but as a human being, to be quite honest with you. After all he's gone through in all his career, obviously family and one thing and another, he is a true great footballer, and what he did today, coming on there, didn't celebrate when he scored, going over to his supporters at the end of the day. He's lived his life there over at Chelsea, but now obviously he's in a lighter blue shirt than that the navy, and I think he true professional, and you saw today exactly what that young man, well, older young man's all about, shall we say.
Many people said that Mike Dean was man of the match.
Well, we've all said ourselves at half-time that by the time, I would say, that second half come on, we're going to go down to 10 men. City was going to get down to 10 men. It was too easy. You look at what Matic did to Silva in the first 20 minutes, took him from behind, and then Matic doesn't get a yellow card until halfway through the second half. I thought his whole performance, but you've got to look at the performance of Premier League referees right across the forte. And to be quite honest with you, they used to always call Howard Webb and the rest of them, but I think he'd have put on a more commanding performance than him. He lost the plot completely, and from what people have already told me, we should have had at least 2 penalties and they should have had 2 red cards from it, from what I've heard, but I can't say on that because you only see what you see, don't you, then with no replays.
One thing I was really happy about was Yaya Toure. To be honest, he's been under a lot of speculation this week, and I thought, to be honest with you, his first half performance was coming back towards where he should have been. I think with Fernandinho in the middle as well, it looked quite solid. But I think Chelsea came to park the bus. Mourinho continues to talk about other managers parking the bus and how Chelsea are hard done to. It was a disgraceful performance. Down to 10 men City, and they still didn't go for it.
Again, with me and Derek's just been discussing that. You would think if you've got so many, shall we say, qualities and diamonds in your team like they're supposed to have, to actually put another a defender on, shall we say, defensive midfielder on, and then to stick at the 1-0. You know, just for me, I'm glad he never came here. What you've got with Pellegrini, you've got a manager that wears his heart on his sleeve. He does play very, very attacking football. You know, and at the end of the day, we've come out with a point. We should have come away with the 3 points. We've had the 11 men on. I think we'd have got a 1, we'd have got 2, we'd have definitely got 3. I think it's still going to be a close race between us and them. I know there's 1 or 2 other teams around it. But going back to Yaya, yeah, we can all say what we want to say about Yaya, but where this club's come from in the last 5 years in particular, we wouldn't have had players of Yaya's calibre here, let's be honest. We've got to look at what we've seen over the last 20 years here. But, you know, I'm grateful in that respect, obviously, what Yaya's contribution is. You've got to look at the cup finals, you've got to look at, you know, what he's done for this club. You know, and whatever we say, yeah, they're great players, but we wouldn't be watching them. We go back 10 years, there's no way we'd be watching that sort of calibre of player.
Would you say the big question, can City still win the league?
Of course we can win the league. It's only, what is it, game 5? Goodness sake, there's 5 points between us and them. Don't forget, we have had the hardest start of any season, any campaign that you can think of, including the Champions League. You look at what Moyes said last year. He was questioning the FA, the Premier League, about the fixture pile up the first 6 games. We haven't done that bad, actually. All right, the hiccup against Stoke. We've got a lot of players that have just come back from the World Cup. They've not started to play together, but looking at that Mangala, look at that centre of City's midfield now, straight through. And don't forget, we're missing Fernando. He's a phenomenal player. And when he comes back into that team, I'm telling you, the next half a dozen games, I can't see us dropping too many points.
You heard it here first. City will win the league.
Absolutely.
Thank you.